What's up, guys? I told you I'd be presenting some recipes. So for dinner tonight, I'm going to be whipping up 2 meals. One will be fully vegan for my girlfriend, and the other one will be strictly for me. So let's get to it. First off, I already have a pan of hot water boiling. So after that, we're just going to dump in 1 full box of pasta. Bow ties, really whatever kind you want to use as necessary. It doesn't have to be anything specific. Like I said, I'm using bow ties today. So we will let those go ahead and cook till al dente. Okay, for my girlfriend, we're going to be cooking some Simple Truth organic tofu. This kind is here we have the block of tofu. I don't have any paper towels on me, so I'm using some just clean cloth rags. I'm just going to put 1/2 on the other, and then just kind of drape this over, briefly push down, and just try and get as much moisture out as I can as possible. Okay, and then in the other pan right here, I am adding in 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 2 tablespoons of hot sauce or Sriracha sauce, either or is fine, 3 tablespoons of water, 1 tablespoon of agave nectar. I do not have that, so what I'm doing is I went ahead and added in an extra tablespoon of water, and I'm throwing in a sweetener packet. Okay, and for the tofu, what I am doing is I'm letting a pan heat up. I'm going to be putting in a tablespoon of olive oil. It does call for peanut oil, but I'm using an alternative. And then once I get the oil in there heated up, I am cutting up small pieces of ginger and garlic to basically season our olive oil. Tofu on the pan, it should look something like this. And then as the sauce is starting to finish up, I now have it at a heat of 2, so just a brief simmer just to keep it warm and let it settle while this is browning. Okay, and for our sauce for our pasta, what we're going to do is we're going to do 1/3 cup of walnuts. We're going to put these into a food processor or blender, whichever one you have. I do not have a food processor, so I'm working with a blender. We are also going to add in some more garlic. Cut this up. And then 1 avocado. Pitted, of course. If you do not know how to cut an avocado, simple enough. Just cut a brief line down the center. Should basically just twist right off. And once you know it's ripe, is when it has this awfully dark color. It should be kind of squishy, but you don't want it to be too squishy. Otherwise, it'll just be kind of gross and way too mushy for what we're looking for. Grab my fork, scoop out a bit. Grab a spoon. We're basically just going to scoop everything right into the blender. Simple enough. Scoop it like this, and it pops right out. Should have the outside like that. Very simple. I've actually never really worked with avocado before I started dating Shelby, but I've actually really enjoyed it so far. Kind of gives you some of those real healthy fats that we were talking about. So this is what we're looking at right now. Avocado. We have the garlic and walnuts. And we're going to go ahead and blend that up. I do have a recommendation. When you are making the avocados with the walnuts, go ahead and put the walnuts in first and start grinding them, because once you do put the avocado in there, it does get very tough if you have a blender. If you can see in here, it does get messy, and it does take quite a while to get it to the right type of firmness that we're looking for. I'm here basically blending it for a few seconds and then coming back here and pushing stuff down, and then keep on doing the same process until it's ready. As you can see right here, one side of the tofu is starting to turn brown, so I did just go ahead and flip them over. And here we still have the sauce. Let me go and get you guys a light. Just still on simmer, let it start to thick up, and actually it's thickening up really nice. So here shortly we will actually mix these two. The recipe actually doesn't call for this, but I am going to go ahead and change some of this up. Once we have the avocado, the walnuts, and ginger all mixed up, you should have a little bit of something looking like this. And we cannot obviously put this into pasta. The consistency is way too thick and the pasta has cooled down. So what I'm doing is tossing it back in a pan. I'm going to heat it up so it does get a little bit of runny. And then I'm going to be re-adding in the amount of pasta that I want to be mixing with this in the pan once this is starting to heat up. As the avocado is starting to heat up a little bit and getting a little bit softer, I noticed it was starting to burn a little bit, so be a little bit careful about that. I did add in just a small tablespoon of olive oil just to keep it a little bit runny. And then I went ahead and threw it in the pasta, and I'm just going to keep stirring that until basically everything is mixed well. Hey guys, here we have all of our tofu. I'm going to go ahead and grab the camera for you so you guys can check this out. It looks amazing. I just took the cover off of it, and the consistency is perfect. It smells amazing. It's very peanut butter. So if you're a peanut butter fan, I do recommend this. And now I'm just going to go ahead and start garnishing the plates and all that, get everything ready. Even though I am not vegan, I will still eat everything I cook for my girlfriend. I'm not one of those health guys that is too strict to really enjoy life. If I'm going to cook this, I'm going to spend all this time on it, and then this is the first time I've ever cooked this, something new for me. So I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to try it. I want to see how I'm doing. If this tastes great, if it doesn't, then I won't cook it again. I'll tell you guys if it doesn't taste good. If I feel like something's got to change within the recipe, as far as maybe like it's too vinegary, too much oil based in it, too much peanut butter, or something like that, I can share it with you guys. And then for me, what we will be doing is cooking up some chicken breasts. Right here, I have about 9 ounces worth of chicken. I do measure out my foods to make sure my macros hit. So I have 1 block here, and then another small block right here. These are frozen. Preferably you want them fresh and thawed out, but when time calls for it, gotta go with what you have. Go ahead and just put on the oil pan, and then just throw them on there and let them go ahead and start cooking. And we go from there. Now that my chicken has thawed out a little bit, I'm going to cut this up. I don't recommend putting chicken breast on the pan. Always on the grill is preferable. But when you have to do it like this, cooking a large chicken breast like this, one, will take forever. You probably won't actually get it cooked properly without burning it. So I do recommend cutting it into little pieces. And even for this recipe, we're going to do that eventually, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. Next up, guys, I am working with a sweet potato, or a yam, whichever you like to prefer to call it. I have a smaller one than what I would normally recommend for this recipe, but since I do have a little bit lower carbs, I have to stick with a smaller one. So basically all we're going to do, just poke holes in this, and we're going to cook it in the microwave. Really anywhere ranging within 6 to 8 minutes is what we're looking for. We want it to be very soft when it's done so we can split it. And here's an example of why I do recommend cutting up my chicken. As you can see right here, we have maybe a centimeter's worth of part being cooked. You can see right here how that one side is already getting brown, and really the whole part of the chicken isn't even cooked yet. So that's why we recommend cooking it, or cutting up to cook. And we'll just constantly keep flipping it just to keep every side cooking evenly, just so we do have an even cook and not one side to burn and the other one is still kind of raw. Okay, simple enough. You guys can see here I have my sweet potato. What I'm going to do is basically just kind of cup it, let all the heat basically leave the potato. My chicken is almost done. I do have 2 pieces of tofu here. I'm going to go ahead and give that a try. Guys, now that my chicken is basically done, I'm just going to go ahead and toss in some onions and peppers, just to go ahead and just give a little extra flavor for this recipe. Normally I would do this separate, but since it's late enough, I'm just kind of in a hurry now. Just going to go ahead and just toss it in there as it is. Hey guys, basically what we're going to do here is we're going to take all of our chicken and peppers, we're going to shred them up, and we're going to go ahead and put them on top of the potato. This is what it looks like. I do have a lot more chicken compared to my sweet potato. If you did have the larger sweet potato, this would look more proper, but also I am taking a lot of protein here. So this is what it should look like. You guys can see where I'm going with this. It's basically a taco. It's a sweet potato taco. You can use taco seasoning. Right now I'm just throwing on some shredded lettuce. I'm going to top it with a little bit of sour cream and just a tad bit of cheese, nothing too much because I am watching my fats. Light sour cream, it's really not too bad. Fat content, all of that, pretty healthy. Or not healthy, but not terrible. Grab a spoon, stir this up a little bit. And I actually do love this meal. I do cook this quite a bit. I think everything should be ready by the time Shelby gets home, which is any second. So I am perfect time. Okay, Shelby's being a good girl, doesn't have any cheese. It's a good thing she's vegan. So no cheese, which means no fats for me, so that's perfect. Top it off with just a little bit of salsa, however much you want. This is paste, medium kind. Now give it a little spice, a little kick. And I'm going to take just a little bit of this avocado pasta. I don't want too much, just because I do have a lot of carbs here. So just a little bit, just enough to make everybody happy, just to try my recipes. I'll set the table and then we'll be all set. Okay guys, here is the final touch. To the right we have Shelby's meal. We have 4 pieces of tofu with our peanuts, vinegar, soy sauce, olive oil, and sauce. For our pasta we just have regular pasta with avocado, olive oil, walnuts, and garlic. And to the right, to the left, same thing, tofu, a little bit of the pasta. And for me, I am having 1 sweet potato with shredded chicken. I have some peppers, onions, lettuce, salsa, and sour cream on there. And guys, if you would like this, I will have everything posted on there as far as ingredients, how to cook it, macros involved. So here's your first recipe, guys. I hope you enjoy it. If you do give this a try, let me know how it is. And stay healthy, everybody. Okay guys, here is the final touch. To the right we have Shelby's meal. We have 4 pieces of tofu with our peanuts, vinegar, soy sauce, olive oil, and sauce. For our pasta we just have regular pasta with avocado, olive oil, walnuts, and garlic. And to the right, to the left, same thing, tofu, a little bit of the pasta. And for me, I am having 1 sweet potato with shredded chicken. I have some peppers, onions, lettuce, salsa, and sour cream on there. And guys, if you would like this, I will have everything posted on there as far as ingredients, how to cook it, macros involved. So here's your first recipe, guys. I hope you enjoy it. If you do give this a try, let me know how it is. And stay healthy, everybody. And last note is, this is cheap. For the pasta, basically it cost me about $10 for the avocado, peppers, onions, walnuts. I did have a lot of things like peanut butter, but the sweet potato, chicken, and all of that, it cost me around $12 to make this meal. Think about that, a great meal. Cook it with your loved one. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to just enjoy each other's company. So I recommend this. Cook together, have fun with it, be healthy. See you guys.